Choctaw County, and welcome into the Monday edition of SunTV. I'm Clint. With me, as always, is Deanne Campbell. Happy Monday to you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if those two words go in the same sentence, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend?
Did.
Good.
Tried to relax a little bit,
Yeah.
but
It was a little bit more relaxing around here this weekend than it was the previous weekend because we were in the middle of graduation section and our world was kind of upside down trying to get that issue out. The issue is out on the street. We have extra copies. If you would like a copy of just that section, you're welcome to come by and get one. Also, we have people who are also bringing in grad ads.
Right.
Again, this week we'll have some in the paper, so it's not too late to congratulate your graduate with an ad in the Sun. We'll have that ongoing probably for another couple of weeks. We've got a lot of school news that's going to be going in, awards ceremonies, end of the year events, and that sort of thing. School news will likely be showing up in the paper for another 3 or 4 weeks, or maybe longer, depending on how long it takes us to get it all in there.
right.
This week we wanted to mention to you that you're going to see a different look in the Sun Advocate. You're going to see a little bit difference in the size of pages, difference in the color pages, and a difference in the look of the front page. Just the overall look of the paper. We've done a little revamp, and we hope I hope you like what you see, and give us some feedback to let us know how you feel about the new layout and design. Something we've been working on for a little while. We hope that you like it. I think you will.
I do too.
Yeah.
We saw seeing a little bit better clarity on the front page. That looked good, really good.
Yeah. This week we'll see even more of that because it's a learning process to when you transfer to a new print operation, and so you have some adjustment periods. But we're getting there, and we think that you'll like what you see. We hope so.
Absolutely. Spring has sprung, and if you're looking to spruce up your yard or home for the season, you can find everything you need at Red Barn Poultry and Farm Supply. From gorgeous hanging baskets to beautiful ferns to a large variety of flowering plants, Charlie Dennison can provide you with everything you need to create a beautiful yard this season. And he can give you advice about which plants you should choose and how to care for them as well. Located on Highway 19 South near Meridian, Red Barn has a wide selection of quality feed and supplies for your livestock and pets, including top quality products that you may not be able to find in other stores. He carries a top line of supplies from Alabama Farmers Cooperative and has a huge selection to choose from. Go see Charlie Dennison at Red Barn Poultry and Farm Supply. Look for the Big Red Fireworks store and tell them the Sun sent you.
So Clint, tell us what's going on in the sports section this week. We'll have a look at softball and baseball all county teams.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of snuck up on us. Here it is, but
it always does because of the time of the year it is.
It does, and then it's off to we'll have some things with various little league teams there getting ready for their all-star things. And
that's always fun.
It is.
I love to watch the little kids play ball.
And you never know where they're going to wind up playing.
That's right. And to tell you the truth, some of the shining stars that we've had to leave here and go play ball, softball in particular, have been a product of the summer leagues. You
better believe that I can think of 4 or 5 players right now that they're really, really good from the prep standpoint. And I saw one this weekend playing for the University of Georgia. So
right.
You can't help it.
Yeah, she's doing very well.
Yeah.
We have several top-notch student athletes in this county, and we're proud of all of them. We have some top-notch students in general in this county, academically and otherwise. And so we've got some kids that are going on to do big things, and we're excited to see what they're going to be doing. Speaking of that, the annual Distinguished Young Woman of the Year program is coming up June the 9th. That's a little early. It's earlier than usual. We've got 8 young ladies who are going to be vying for some scholarship money in that program and for the title of Choctaw County's Distinguished Young Woman of the Year for 2019. I know it's 2018, but this is for the 2019 title, so they will go in January, and whoever wins here will participate at the state level in June.
Yeah, that's
really early.
That's as early as I can ever remember.
Right. It used to be that it was in the fall.
Yeah.
They moved it up to August and for a couple of years, and they're getting closer on in. The reason for that is several things. It's because of the state level program and some other issues related to that. But we do have some girls that are going to be involved in that. Some girls that are really impressive young ladies that we hope to see more of them in the paper and at the event in the next few weeks.
Right.
And so y'all look forward to that and finding out who these young ladies are and what they're all about, who will be representing our county in a big way in the next few weeks or so.
They do some amazing things.
They do. We've got some talented girls. Some very, and the DYW program, the value of that program is that it doesn't have anything to do with appearance.
Right.
Of course, it has to do with poise and how you carry yourself. But it has to do with talent and academic success and how well you can correspond, how well you can communicate in an interview and on stage, how well you present yourself to the public, and all valuable things for a young lady to cultivate as she's in high school, as she goes on into the world.
That's some big-time scholarships.
A lot of scholarships, yeah. Kristin took home a lot of scholarships from that program, scholarships that were very helpful as she was an undergrad at UA. And the value of the program is the scholarship money, but it's also the exposure that those girls get and the experience that they have.
Do you want to go ahead and tell them about Miss Kristin, or we want to hold that off for another day?
Well,
I think we
are you going to give me the opportunity to brag?
Yeah, I think we need to. We need to brag. We're in a bragging mood here.
Since you brought it up,
yes.
We'll brag. My daughter Kristin graduated from Southern Choctaw High School in 2010, went on to undergrad at University of Alabama, and on to the University of Alabama School of Law, where she graduated last year this month. She took a job she is assistant district attorney in Limestone County, Alabama, and recently took the bar exam for the state and found out that she passed with flying colors a couple of weeks ago. She will have a swearing-in ceremony this Thursday morning in Montgomery to swear in as an attorney, and I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that. She's a product of the state.
Not only did she pass the thing, she blew the lid off the thing.
Yes, she did.
I
wasn't going to go that far with it, but yes, she did.
I'll take it that far. An amazing young lady. We're certainly proud of her.
Yeah, very proud of her. She's got some big things, we hope, I feel like, in her future. But thank you for mentioning that.
Absolutely.
I wasn't going to go that far and brag about my own child, but since you did ask, I'll just take that opportunity. I'm proud of you, Kristin.
Yeah, she's a shining example of what is right, and we hear it all the time.
That's it.
This is wrong with the schools in the county. This is wrong with the schools in the county. But I tell you what, when you come from Gilberttown, Alabama, and you see just Kristin, but I can name off a ton of people that have went on to some really good things. We've got a doctor that has graduated from Duke University. We've got officers in the military. We've got lawyers and a lot of other things. Folks, we come from a small place, but there are some things wrong with every school system.
But there is no reason why somebody from Choctaw County can't do great things. We see it every day. We love to toot the horn of those kids that go on and do big things.
Again, proud of all of our kids.
Yeah, just because you're from little bitty Choctaw, this is a message to the graduates out there. It don't mean you can't do great big things with your life, and we're expecting big things from you, because we know that you can do it. Whether you go to college somewhere else or you stay here and work in the workforce, we need both of those things.
That's right. The world does not end at the county line.
That's right. One other thing is this is National EMS Week.
Yeah.
We want to give a shout out to the Choctaw EMS workers and all that they do on the ambulances in our county. They keep the roads hot, I can tell you. As somebody who has their scanner on all the time, I can tell you there's barely a time in this county when we don't have at least one ambulance out responding to a call, and we thank them very much for that during this National EMS Week.
They do some amazing things, and they save a lot of lives.
They do.
A thankless job.
Sometimes it is.
It is
That's
a thankless job, but
I've seen them sit, be at a place and stay there, just knowing that they may be needed, and come out regardless of whether they're needed or not, just to be there, just in case. And they do great work. They are very well trained, and we should be proud of them and tell them so.
There you go.
Well, here we are again talking about another school shooting.
Yeah.
Another violent episode at a school that took lives of children. Seems like we're here again over and over and over. And it seems like Clint, and every time we're here again, we start talking the same arguments. We start arguing the same things, debating the same issues over and over and over. Every time we see one of these things happen, and then we stop talking about it for a little while, and it happens again, and we talk about it some more. We debate, we argue, and we blast each other on either side of the fence over an issue that we can't seem to resolve. Some people believe the answer is gun control. Some people believe that the answer is to wipe guns out of society altogether, but I can tell you, criminals don't obey laws.
No. The thing that I see with this, and you got the stats to back it up, it's usually white middle class kids, and I've always said it starts at home, and it's going to be like Clint's little soapbox. But the problem is, you see how kids. They get what they want. They don't know how. They don't respect authority because it's not instilled at home in the first place.
That's
the
right.
first time you tell little Johnny no, well, little Johnny, he can't deal with it, so he goes off. He shoots somebody.
The fact is, Clint, a lot of our kids are broken.
Yeah, they're
broken because they have no family
That's
cohesion.
exactly right.
Not all the time. Now, I'm going to say this.
True.
That you can do everything right as a parent. You can raise the kids the best you can and not have anything to look back at and say that you failed at in a big way as a parent and still have children who go the wrong direction. It's just a fact that happens.
That's exactly right. But you do see that, like you said, a broken home. You know, you got mom being mom and dad.
True.
Or dad's not in the picture. Or you got 80-year-old grandma and grandpa stepping in and doing the job that mom and daddy should have been doing to begin with. There's, like you said, no structure at all. There's no consequences for right or wrong. And we want to be, mom and dad want to be their kids' friend instead of stepping up and making the hard choices that parents sometimes have to make. Hey, mom and daddy sometimes got to step up and,
I do believe there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said also for society in general that we don't really have. There is an erasing of the line of what is good and what is not.
That's right.
And kids are confused about what it is that's right to do and what is acceptable, and those lines are skewed. And so we get kids who really go off the deep end because they have no boundary that tells them good and evil. And I think that's a fault of the whole society, not necessarily just parents, but society in general. But the answer is not gun control. Now, I agree that you need restrictions on some things, and you need background checks. I'm all for that. But when you pass laws, the people who obey those laws obey the laws.
That's right.
Criminals don't obey laws. You can have all the laws in the world on the book. Doesn't mean they're not going to.
If you want a gun,
hence the name criminal.
If you want a gun right now, all you got to do is make a phone call to. I can go get a pistol right now. I don't need to go through a background check or anything like that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. But if you were inclined to do so,
I'm inclined to do so, and everybody knows that.
Well, another thing is that we need to have honest discussions about school safety in particular. And safety measures that you put in place, none of them are going to answer every situation. There's still going to be evil that happens in the world. It is the way the world is. But there are things that we can do. Here in this county, too, we need to address this.
Sure.
And I've said this over and over and over. Our schools are vulnerable. We need to address this because it happens in small places.
Yeah.
All of these places that are hit with these things, if you look at them, the majority of them are small rural areas. We're not isolated from this. But you can put in safety measures like metal detectors.
That's right.
Like armed security guards, and the state needs to step up and provide the funding for those things.
Yeah.
Those kinds of measures, a buzzing device at the doorway, so that nobody can enter that door and that front door of that school unless somebody looks them in the eye and sees who they are. That's not going to stop everything. It's not going to stop a kid who's going to school with a gun, but a metal detector would.
Yeah.
And we don't have those in our schools.
No.
We do not have any of those devices that are being used in a school in this county at all today.
It's way too easy. You and me both know it. I can get on a campus. All four schools are or all 6 schools, excuse me,
That's right.
I can get on there way too easy.
That's true. I personally would not mind, and I don't think most parents would, having to buzz a buzzer and let somebody look at me and allow me to come in. Any parent that has an objection to that needs to rethink, because their safety of their kids are at stake. And we're going to call out to schools here, all of the schools, public and private, that we need to do something before it happens here. Because one day we're going to look back and say, why didn't we?
Yeah, I don't want. That's a story I don't want to cover. None of us want to cover.
I agree. Well, it's a hard debate, and there's a lot of questions as to whether or not we should arm teachers and that sort of thing. And the debate needs to happen, but the debate needs to happen in a way that's not accusing the other side of ill motives. We need to have an honest discussion about what the real answers are and put those things in place while we're not talking about another 10 dead children.
And if you see a threat, don't just sweep it under the rug like, oh, he's having a bad day or she's having a bad day. They'll get over it. Yeah, they may get over it, but when they decide to get over it, at what? What's the consequence?
And truth be told, we need to have a frank discussion about mental health.
Yes. Yes.
And there are some issues related to that we need to discuss as to whether what we're doing for mental health issues, especially with young people, is actually working. And apparently it's not. But those things are discussions that we need to have, and we need to have them honestly without accusing each other. And our lawmakers need to take heed that we are sick and tired of them arguing about things and never doing anything.
Yes, exactly. It's not a Democratic thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's an American thing, and it's time. Like you said, enough's enough.
That's right. We need to stand up and demand that for the sake of our kids. Well, Clint, I'm sorry to end the show on that note, but enough said about that. Well, actually, it's not enough said about that.
It's not enough said on that, but there again, it starts in Butler, it starts in Montgomery, and in Washington, D.C.
That's right.
Get off your rear ends, do the job that you were elected to do.
Stop acting like children.
Or don't come ask me for a vote.
That's right. That's right.
the way I feel about it.
Well, thank you for watching our show
I feel
today.
better now.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our show today, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.